We all know the legend. The Ghost of Tsushima, a samurai who abandoned his code to save his home. A story etched in blood and honor, set against the golden light of bamboo forests and tranquil shores. But legends, they have a way of traveling. They whisper on the wind, carried far from their birthplace. And sometimes, they find new soil in which to take root. A far colder, far harsher soil. This is not that story. Not a sequel, not an heir. This is an echo. A new shadow cast by an old light. Welcome to the frozen frontier of Yotei. 300 years have passed since the ghost first walked. The world has hardened, turned inwards. Japan is now under the iron grip of the Tokugawa shogunate. An era of peace if you live in the south. But look north, to a land they call Ezo, to a mountain they call Yotei, Ezo's Fuji. This is where our story begins. Not with a samurai lord, but with a young woman named Atsu. And let me tell you something, right from the start, her path to becoming a legend is paved with a question that will haunt every step she takes. What do you become when the world you know is stripped away, and the only laws are the ones you carve from the ice? Picture Tsushima. Curated, elegant, a stage for a samurai's last stand. Now forget it. Yotei is the opposite. It's a living, breathing, hungry character. Dense forests of birch and pine that groan under the weight of snow. Volcanic plains where the earth itself breathes sulfur. And the cold, a cold so deep it feels like the land itself is holding its breath. This is the new battleground, but the enemy isn't a foreign fleet on the horizon. No, this invasion came from within. The shogunate, hungry for resources, paranoid of Russian eyes to the north, is pushing into Ainu land. They call it pacification. The Ainu, the indigenous people who have lived in harmony with this brutal beauty for millennia, they have another word for it. This is where the heart of our story truly beats. With the Ainu, their culture isn't just a backdrop, it's the soul of Yotei. Their intricate tattoos that tell family histories, their sacred bear rituals, their language that speaks to every rock and stream. Atsu doesn't just fight for them. She learns from them. Their survival is her survival. Their loss foreshadows the loss of this entire land. And that's the central, painful conflict. It's not just Atsu against an army. It's a collision of two worlds. The civilized expansion of the shogunate, with its rigid order and codes, crashing into the ancient spiritual balance of the Ainu. Atsu is caught right in the middle. She carries the ghost of one world's honor into another world's fight for existence. So how do you fight in a world like this? You can't just rely on a katana and for neat stances. The land itself becomes your weapon. This is the new way of the ghost. Imagine this. A patrol of shogunate samurai, confident in their armor, marching through a pass. Atsu is above them, not in a tree, but on a ledge of unstable snow. One well-placed strike, and she doesn't attack the men. She attacks the mountain. The resulting avalanche isn't just an attack, it's a statement. The land is fighting back. Her tools change, too. They're inspired by the people who know this wilderness best. Ainu hunting traps, clever tools made from bone and sinew. A Kusarigama chain sickle to entangle and control. She has to be adaptable, brutal, and silent. The game makes you feel that. One moment you're in a frenzied, disarming clash. The next, you're a phantom in a blizzard, unseen until it's far too late. And this is where you come in. This isn't a story you just watch. It's one you shape. The game presents you with choices that have real weight. Will you help the Ainu resistance, becoming a true spirit of vengeance for the oppressed? Will you try to broker a fragile, impossible peace between the shogunate and the tribes? Or will you become the very instrument of conquest, using your ghost tactics to impose the shogunate's order? These aren't just gameplay choices. They are moral questions that echo down to today. How far would you go to protect what you love? What is the true cost of unity, of progress? In the end, Ghost of Yotei is more than a game about a new ghost. It's about what a legend means when the old rules are buried in snow. It's about Atsu's journey from a personal quest for revenge to becoming part of something larger. A fight for a home, a culture, an identity. It asks us to look beyond the familiar tales of samurai honor and to listen to the stories that have been whispered by the wind and snow for centuries. Stories of resilience, of a people and a woman who looked into the heart of the winter and decided not just to survive, but to become its defiant soul.